Hello, hello there, hello, good evening. Uh, Midnight Charlie Man, Patrick here, hello. So I'm upstairs, I'm listening to Guns N' Roses' Use Your Illusion 2. I'm looking at my script, working on my script. I listen to different bits of, I write to music, so I listen to different bits of pieces to, nonetheless, I digress, and I'm sitting there. And this has actually been on my mind for a few days, so I'm thinking, go downstairs, do a review from Rains of the Day. About 5 days ago, about 4 or 5 days ago, I watched this with Michelle. We watched it. There was a couple of movies to choose from. One she had in mind, another one she was thinking about, and I proposed another one. Another one she was thinking about, and then randomly I just took this out. I took this out, and she said, yes, that. Hadn't opened it, hadn't taken the shrink wrap off it. And I said, you really, because she wanted to watch The Paper with Michael Keaton. We watched that previously about 6 months ago. And she said, this one. I'm like, you really wanted to watch that one though? We watched this. I first saw this back in 2014 when I was living at Petersham. I watched this once. It was on the smaller screen. I think it was a copy. It was on the small screen. So we watched this. I've been meaning to get down here for the last few days to do this. I wanted to do it. It was really fresh. I was like, "Pat, get downstairs and do it now." So the first time I watched this, it had a big impression on me, especially because of the aesthetics and the colours. I remember the first time I watched it in 2014, and I said to myself, "Geez, there doesn't even need to be a script. You wouldn't even need to pay attention to the script because the colours, they pop. Costumes that pop, everything pops on screen." And it had been a few years since I watched it. We put it on, Michelle hadn't seen it, and put it on the LCD, and which is, what is the 60s, whatever it is, it's that big standard, it's a standard one. Put it on. And I had a few things in my head that I was going to convey, that I was going to say. It's seamless in a way. Actually, one of the first things I was going to say is there's politics involved in this movie. Politics involved. It's about as part of the script, it's part of the storyline. Yes. However, the photography in this movie is I don't know how to describe it. I'd say that it's the photography is so well done. The shots, the way they're set up, are done so well. They're almost like portraits. Each shot is like a portrait, and there are so many things that can be observed and taken from that. Now, no, the main thing in this movie, the main thing that stands out to me in this movie is the relationship, the dynamics between Emma Thompson and, am I getting that right? Yes, Emma Thompson and Sir Anthony Hopkins. And Anthony Hopkins, what he does on screen is I like to just watch him. He doesn't really even have to speak, but there's a, I felt a coldness in this movie, and there was a warmth. The interaction between Emma Thompson and Anthony Hopkins in this, and their characters. I can look for his acting, and I can look to watch him act, but it's like, you know what, just enjoy it, because why am I even saying that for? It's Anthony. I'm talking about Anthony Hopkins, for goodness sakes. I love to watch him. I love to watch him, and observe him, and just his interactions with Emma Thompson, it's like a push and pull. As I said, there's a coldness there, there's a warmth, there's a charm. And this movie, it's funny. It's funny in a dark way. It's very cheeky as well. This movie could make the first time I watched this movie, I felt like wearing a tuxedo. It's all the aesthetics in it that we're talking about anything, and it's just the atmosphere, the surroundings. I think Christopher Reeves, he's wonderful, absolutely wonderful in this. I find that the interactions with all the characters, the way everyone interacts in this, it's sit down for a couple of hours and just take it in. And each new scene is presented like a portrait. I love watching Emma Thompson. She's wonderful and funny. With this, I just appreciated the cinematography, appreciated the script. Loved to watch Anthony Hopkins. The blacks in this, they pop. And how with certain scenes have become so tense that I thought in my mind that maybe Anthony Hopkins would react a certain way toward Emma Thompson, and some of especially he's holding this book, he's grasping this book, and she really wants to, this is a bit of a spoiler, she's trying to take it from him. And in my mind I'm thinking, he's going to snap, because really you push him anymore on this, he's going to snap. And his reaction, it's that tension. It's an aesthetic movie. I love the colours in this. I appreciate aspects of every scene in this. All the aspects of every scene. I just love watching Anthony Hopkins. His reactions, even non-reactions. And it's a bit of a big movie. I mean, it's lengthy. And I really enjoyed it. Takes you on a journey. There's a sadness to it, and it has some beauty. And I just thought I wanted to say a few words on this today. In fact, afterwards, Michelle said, she said, it's a weird title for it. It's a weird title. I thought of a title, but I can't remember what I thought of now. I said, I want to call it Remains of the Day. I did suggest something, but I can't remember what it was now. Because I only watched this, first time I saw this was in 2014. I was extremely impressed by it. And it's been a few years since then. And not being one of my favourite, I was about to say not being one of my favourite movies over the years, well, I remember one of my favourite movies. I the sort of person in 2014, but very impressed by it. The photography is wonderful, and just watching Anthony Hopkins, he's terrific. Just watching him do his thing is just terrific. And Christopher Reeves is really quite good as well. So I don't have a long history with. I don't have a big history with this movie, and it's a sad story. There's a frustration with this movie. There's a frustration in the movie about a relationship, and there's tension and frustration, and it is so well conveyed. So well conveyed. This is my review. This is my thoughts. This is my thoughts on Remains of the Day, and I would highly recommend this movie. It's a very interesting, curious. It's a good watch. It's a very good watch, and yes, Remains of the Day.